Hey guys, here's a quick review on combining like terms. We went over this in class a while back, but just in case for some of us that are still struggling, the first thing that we do is we look at the variables, and any variable that's by itself, we're going to go ahead and put a 1 in front of it. Okay? Now we can combine things that are the same. So combining like terms means to actually combine terms that are the same. So negative 12m can be combined with 3m, can be combined with 1m, and they can be combined because the terms are the same because they're all in m. So now I have negative 12 plus 3 plus 1. So 1 plus 3 is 4. Negative 12 plus 4 would give me a negative 8m. I can look right here, this negative 5n is by itself, so it would stay by itself. And this negative 12 doesn't have anything to combine with, so it would stay by itself also. So your final answer would be negative 8m minus 5n minus 12. Okay? So let's look right here at the second one. I'm going to look at all my numbers without letters first. So I have a negative 4. And remember, the symbol goes with the number behind it. I also have a negative 15. Now here if I look, I have a negative and a negative. So if I have a negative symbol outside of parentheses, it's like a negative 1. So we're going to distribute that and multiply it. So negative times a negative would actually make a positive. So this actually now means positive 16. So I can say negative 4, negative 15, and positive 16. Okay? And all of these can be combined because they're numbers without letters. So negative 4 and negative 15 gives me negative 19 plus 16. Okay? The negative is bigger, so my answer will be bigger. It will be the negative. Whatever's the bigger symbol would be the answer. So negative 19 is bigger than positive 16, so we're going to have a negative. 19 minus 16 is 3. So I have a negative 3 by itself. I also can combine these two because they both have C's. So negative 5C minus 9C. I lost 5, Skittles. I lost 9 Skittles, so I lost a total of 14 Skittles. So now that everything in the equation has been combined, I can put them together. And I would be left with negative 14C minus 3. And that would be my answer. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to look right here. S's can be combined with S's because they are the same terms. And T's can be combined with T's because they are the same term. So I have negative 2s plus 13s. So the 13's bigger, so therefore my answer will be a positive, and then I just go backwards. 13 minus 2 is 11s. Here I have negative 2t minus 15t. Two negatives would stay a negative, and 15 and 2 would make negative 17t. So now that everything has been combined, I can write it positive 11s minus 17t. We have been combined. Same thing again over here. I'm going to combine numbers with numbers. So this would be a negative 5. This would be minus a negative 8. And this would be a positive 3. Same as before, if I have these two negatives, it's actually like having a negative 1 times a negative 8. So I would have a negative 5. Two negatives would make a positive 8. And then I would have a positive 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 minus 5 equals 6. So now I have 6. I can combine these G's. 12G minus 15G. 15 is the bigger, so my answer will be a negative. 15 minus 12 is 3G. So now I have this answer and this answer, so I can combine them. So negative 3g, positive 6. And there's my answer. All right, let's look at number 5. Same thing, h's will go with h's because they are the same term. And numbers will go with numbers. So I have 10h, 14h. So these are positive, which gives me a 24h. Now I have minus 17h. Leaves me with 7h. So h's are done. Now I have negative 6 plus 13. 13 is bigger, so my answer would be positive. 13 minus 6 is 7. So now I can combine them. So my answer would be 7h plus 7. All right, same thing. Let's go down to 6. 6 looks a little bit more complicated. Make sure you pause this and write it down so you can kind of do it with me. All right, B's go with B's. 2 negatives again would turn it into a positive. So now I have negative 12b, positive 14b, positive 17b. I would add up the positives first, and I would get 31b minus 12b. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract. 1 cannot subtract 2, so I would borrow. 11 minus 2 is 9. 2 minus 1 is 1. So now I'm left with 19b. So the b's are done. Now I have negative 8 and positive 13. So minus 8 plus 13. 13 is bigger, so my answer will be positive. 13 minus 8 is 5. So now I can combine those two. I'm just going to put it over here so I have room. And I have 19b plus 5 would be the answer for combining those terms. All right, let's do 7. Again, numbers with numbers. So 21 would go with negative 1. So that's easy enough. 21 minus 1 gives us 20. All right. W's go with W's. Now, if I look, this W doesn't have anything in front of it, so I'm automatically going to put a 1. So now I have 8W plus 1W. So 8W plus 1W gives us 9W. So W's are done, numbers are done. Now we got to do these V's. So I have negative 4V minus 42V. 2 negatives would stay a negative. I lost 4 things. I lost 42 things, which means I lost a whole bunch of stuff. But clearly, that would be a negative 46V. So again, I'm going to put everything in order. And things are supposed to be in alphabetical order. So, what comes first, a V or a W? Well, clearly a V. So negative 46V, positive 9W, positive 20. All right, last one. We're going to put, again, letters with letters. So 50S would go with negative 42S. So 50S minus 42S gives us 8S. E's go with E's. So negative 8E plus 4E. Negative's bigger, so it's going to be bigger. 8 minus 4 is 4E. And then finally, I have a plus 1. Oh, wrong color, my bad. Plus 1 and minus 1. 1 minus 1 clearly is 0. So I wouldn't write this one at all. So that combination of these would actually be 8S. And the negative 4E would go in front because we want it to be in alphabetical order. 8 is by itself, which makes it a positive. So that would be our answer for combining. All right, guys, I hope this helped.